Hello students, in last lecture we had discussed about LTS, long-term scheduler. Now long-term scheduler works on new state, and once you have selected process into the new state, now you can send the process into the ready state. So here LTS works and here dispatcher works. Now, let's move to the next one. And the next one is the first one was LTS. And the second one is short term scheduler. So, where the short term scheduler works. Now, as you can see that here you had suppose 10 processes, out of which you have selected 5 processes and sent to the ready state. Now, ready state is in RAM. So, from hard disk, you have sent the processes to the RAM. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you got 5 processes into the ready state. Now, if we assume that I have processor or CPU which is uniprocessor, if I have single processor, so what does this mean? It means that I can run one process at a time. Irrespective of multitasking or multi-programming, in CPU, I can run only one process at a time. We had already discussed about multi-programming, multitasking, that how to uh, provide multiple processes or how to execute multiple processes into our system, and that is purely an illusion by organizing process execution in such a way so that it looks like that multiple programs are accessing. So if I have one processor, so definitely I can run only one program at a time or one process at a time. So from ready state to running state, it means that I need to select one process out of these 5 processes. Now, selection of process can be done once again by using different criteria, that in which criteria you want to select. Suppose there is one uh, certain higher priority interrupt. So you want to send that process into running state. So it can be any specific criteria. On the basis of that, you want to send one process to the running state from ready state. Now, who will perform this thing? So here we got another scheduler that is known as short-term scheduler. Short-term scheduler works on ready queue. So LTS works on new state and new queue. Why I am calling queue? I am assuming that you are going to store certain entities in such a way so that you can move from one place to another. So, in general term, I am calling it queue, that all processes are aligned in queue. Please make sure I am not calling in terms of specific data structure, that okay, queue is the only data structure which is used to store processes one by one. So, in general term, I am calling, if I have 10 different processes, so I am calling it that they are in one queue. So, long-term scheduler is related to new state and new queue. short-term scheduler works on ready state and ready queue. It selects processes from ready state. And where it send the processes, it send the process to the running state. So short-term scheduler select one process out of these five and it will send those processes into the running state. So the selection will be done by short-term scheduler and process will be sent by the program or process which is known as once again dispatcher. So here again we require one dispatcher which can send process from one state to another state. So that is short term scheduler. So I hope that it's pretty clear that where is long term scheduler works, where short term scheduler works. Be careful. Sometimes we get confused and students write about, suppose I ask that what is long-term scheduler? They say long-term scheduler works between new and ready here. But scheduler does not works between new and ready. Scheduler works scheduler works on states. So long-term scheduler works on new state. Short-term scheduler works on ready state. They do not work between states, or scheduler do not use to send a process from one state to another state. Scheduler only use to select a process which you want to send in any given state. So be careful. Scheduler only works for selection. Sending will be done by dispatcher. So don't get confused between scheduler and dispatcher. Scheduler have their own task, dispatcher have their own task. So do not write task, task of scheduler in dispatcher. So carefully, once again, long-term scheduler works on new state. It selects the processes which you want to send. Once again, I'm saying you want to send from new state to the ready state. And sending will be done by the dispatcher. Short-term scheduler works on ready state. It selects the process which you want to send to the running state. And dispatcher will send that selected process from ready state to the running state. So that is short-term scheduler. So that's all for today. That is short-term scheduler. In next class, we will discuss the last one, and that one is mid-term scheduler. Okay, thank you.